Morning everybody, and once again welcome back in today's class. Today day number 22 and we were discussing on the change management. Yesterday we were discussing on the change that what is change model, state transition conditions. And we got a field called the implementation state. Truly speaking, I did not get much on that part. I reached out to a few of my friends and someone said, or a lot of people say that it is mainly used to enhance the functionality of change model. Okay, still I did not get much to explore that part, that how this can be enhanced, because it is like something I need to be checked on the code level now, that when you click on this it will go in the background, then it will run something on that part. So as of now we can say that this field is mainly used to use this model in a specific state as well. Something similar. I understand. Maybe my understanding wrong, because I check on the docs, did not get much. So instead of giving the wrong information, so this is what I got it. Okay. Now this yesterday what we discussed was the first part of change creation in the manual stuff. Now, if you remember, or maybe if you're using ServiceNow for a long time, you remember or you know that this was not the right way. It's not right. This was not the way to raise a change earlier. Earlier we raise a change from the Intercipator, where three lines come: normal change, standard change, emergency change. But when ServiceNow launched this particular functionality of the change model, the things are getting changed now. But for us need to be understand that how the previous version was working. It was just look and feel, nothing else. But yes, in the previous version or the previous functionality, you can use only one workflow, not the multiple workflow, or you can define the multiple workflow as per the conditions. So now if I go here and search for the change and click on the create new, I'm getting this screen. Now let's do one thing. Let's come here and search for the change here, because as I say that this is a process level changes. Sorry, it's a proper. No, I'm saying process level. It's a property level changes. Okay. Do we have anything here called Intercipator, or I have to be going that part only? Wait. No. Okay. Let's do one thing. Let's come here and check the system properties. Something change properties. No, this was a standard change, not this one. Unauthorized change. Okay. Let's go sys underscore properties.
Sorry, Atul, what are you
Okay.
to do now?
Okay. So if you see yesterday that I am able to raise a change, if I click on the create new, okay. I click on this, I am getting this page, right?
Yes.
There was another functionality where you don't want to be use this page. I want to use like this. I'll show you one example. Change Intercipator. It's this one. Earlier, it's not the right example, but yes, earlier the change was raised something like this format: normal change, standard change, emergency change. As ServiceNow introduced a new functionality, so where I formalize or I put this property on, and I'm just using the change model. But there are customers who are still using the previous version of raising a change. Okay, and how this can be do? That can be set up by the property level. So there's a property name called the change underscore model. So what we like this, we can search this one, not model. Compatibility is the one, and I guess this one. Change model hide. Why I'm not able to get this one? I'm getting this one, compatibility. There should be one. So now it is a false. But say enable change type compatibility for the change model if. Okay, I have to be if this plugin has been installed. So we already have this plugin installed. When true, allow change to be created with both type workflow and change model. Okay, let's do one thing and see. Make it as a true. So what I am doing at point of time, mainly I can say that we are changing the basic property so that we can change this page. We can change this page. The reason, the question why, because there are customers who are still using the old way to raise a change. I'll give one more example to understand. You guys are able to see this one, right? In the black top and like this, right? This is called the next experience. But my question to you, Farah, when you attended my admin batch, this was not available, right? If you remember it.
Yes, yes, wasn't.
That was a UI 16.
Mm-hmm.
So we change in the property and we say that for all the customer, all the users, the new UI should be available. In the same manner, this is coming with the property. Now I'm going to be true this compatibility. And let's click on the save here. There's one more property. Let me check, or maybe change and click on the create new. Now, did you notice one thing? By changing the property, this was the actual old way. But in the old way, only these three options were available. Now I'm getting the fourth one as well. What this mean? This mean if compatibility is true, it means instead of changing the interface, you just change the instead of following only one interface, you can instead of following the one functionality, you can use the both functionality here. You can raise a change with the normal methods as well, and you can raise a change with the model as well. If you click on this, it will ask you to the model, same screen. Now Surbhi is confused. Atul, nahi, I don't want to mix these two things. I want my user should be able to use only these three. To do this part, there is a plugin required. Let's see this plugin. I list out this plugin. Let me open this. Check. Because there's a property called change underscore model hide. That I don't want to show the models at all to my users. It's already installed. What's pending here? Let me see. No, it's not required. Then why I'm not able to see this property? Let me check again in the property. Because now my intention to remove this as well. Let's do one thing. Let's come here and make it as a false. Okay. And one more thing, properties are global level changes, not the user level changes. So now if I go and if I come here, wait, I need to be do this one. Change. Little complicated, but It just required understanding. So now you can see that previous interceptor has been gone, but I want the interceptor but not the model. So now I'll go here and open the sys underscore properties but list, and it is, there's a term called hide, change model dot hide. Why I'm not able to do? Why I'm not able to see this property? There's a property called change underscore model dot hide, which will hide this completely. Let's come here, see anything else I'm missing. Change model. With some plugins we did not install. Change model, install. नहीं यार, ये तो सब कुछ तो इंस्टॉल है. Let me go and check the change properties. Sometime what happened that we did not get this change. And here we can find out. Copy change, attachment, impacted, populate this, business services, generate, update, event when no. Able to get this. Let me check. Give me a minute. Because there is a property, or I have to create one property for this one. But it should be there. Let me do one thing. Not here. Change. Just, oh my god, 92. It should be change underscore model something is there if I remember it. Change underscore model. It's a workflow. It is a role. It is a compatibility. Why am I not able to see this, or do we need to create one property? Okay, let's do one thing. Come here and show change Intercipator in service now. Maybe I have to be create property service now. Show change Intercipator in service now. Property. And let's come here. Revert to the old change management, what they are saying. Because this is the only one property need to be do here. See, this is what we are saying, right? We are on this part and I want to become on this part. I want to be go back on the previous one. Let's say someone says when you change the model of your change this get transition to this, that's fine. New change. You can edit URL, create new change, not this one I'm looking for. I'm looking for a property only, which I remembered it. See, everybody's saying it's a false only, which we done. But I remember there's a property which will hide this. Or possible reason. Anybody has lower than the user release by any chance?
No, Atul.
No.
No, right? Because this is we done. Compatibility we done, but I remember that there's a property called change underscore model dot hide as well. Not able to get that. Let's give a last try and then we'll proceed further. change model hide in ServiceNow was hidden change management properties. Let's see. Model, देखो इसमें है, right? This one. They are saying enter this, navigate this change model in search panel to view this. But hide the change model feature when the change is enabled. When creating a new change, you don't have the option to this model. But the thing is that I'm not able to see this property. So we have to make this property true and false. Hide the change models feature when this property is enabled. So we have this property, compatibility. Okay. If I say false, then what it's saying? When creating a new change, you don't have the option to choose a model and model field is not available in the change request form. That's fine. But why this property is not visible to me? This is what I was looking for. Let's go and check again. Or it work like vice versa, only one will work. Let's do one thing in this case. Sometimes what happened, maybe I need to find out another reason that why it is not visible to me, even though in the product docs it says. So it should be total three, one, two, or three properties, compatibility, but we are not able to see. If I go here, change underscore model, maybe in the Utah they release something more. Oh, that maybe that is one of the reasons that it is available only in the previous one. Let me see. Where I have to go? I have to go the UI 16. Okay, for that I have to disable this property, Polaris property. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's get a new property here. Sometimes what happens that you can create a property as well. Choice. What choice I should put? Hide. True and false. So true and false. And here I put true and make it as a submit. Let's try this. So now if I go back, let me open the properties level again. Underscore properties.list. And now I put change underscore model. This one we created, right? Not this one. Workflow. This one we created. So if I put in this true, now let's go and raise a change. Create new. No. Something is not working. True, false, global. Things are same. Maybe something has been changed in Utah release or something. I'm sure. Otherwise, it should work for us. Okay, choices are blank. Okay. Wait. Choice should be blank. True and false. Okay, let's save this and then check. Create new. No. Something is going wrong here. Because when we do this compatibility true, then it is working fine for me. See. Okay, now notice that this change model is not coming. this one. So mainly
So
let's not go ahead. Go ahead.
It works. No, I said it works finally.
Yes, but the thing is that maybe it's true. It should, if it is a true, then I should get the model option as well here. If it is a false, then I should not get the model option.
Yes.
And this property, I'm not able to locate it. If anybody has a lower version than Utah, please see that is this property available or not. Or what we can do, let's give a try here, no problem. Come back here, okay, and search for the Polaris property. Yes. Polaris experience. Let it make it a false. Okay, and now log out.
Why we changed the Polaris policy?
Because I just have a doubt in my mind. Maybe that property available in the UI 16 only, not in the this one, next experience. So just to verify that part, I'm just logging here.
Okay.
So I'm on the back one.
Okay.
And now let's go in the sys underscore properties. .list. And here we can search for the no, this is what we created, right?
Yes, this is what
3 minutes ago. This is we change. No, it means it's not from that property. Need to be checked that why this property is not, I'm able to see it. Because this is the property which work. This is the only property which work. So generally these two property work hand in hand. Hide one and compatibility. If you are making compatibility true, you can use both. If you're making compatibility false, then okay. Maybe the reason, let me come back on this part first, because now it is very tough to be use the old version, I'm sure. Polaris experience as a true. Okay, and log out. And log in. Okay. So the thing is that let's understand this concept. I can use cubic room. Okay. So I can use the both option, compatibility true and the intercipator if this property is enabled or marked as a true. Now after cubic, or maybe I guess after cubic room, it is not possible that you can use only one intercipator. If you want to use one intercipator, then the property which we activated, we have to do that only. Change and click on the create new. So now this thing. So what we did, if I say practically, this property which we created, we have to be remove that property because it is working from the background itself. Okay, now let's do one thing. Close all other tabs. Okay, come here, open sys underscore properties dot list. Okay, we created this property called hide, right? Change underscore model. This one we created, right? Let's go and delete this. Yes. and let's use this. Okay, now what I can say that as ServiceNow promoting the new functionality, so they also saying that instead of using one method, you can use the both method in one place. If you make it as a true, and now if you go and there is a change, create new, you will get this option as well. So now up to your user. Maybe in my customer side, there are a team, they don't have any model. They're happy with the normal processes. So they can use this method. If you have a team, then you can do this method. And this page is called the Intercipator. And we can edit this. You can add any number of lists here. Just click on the edit Intercipator.
Sorry, Atul, could you recall exactly what is Interceptor? Anticipator?
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Intercipator is the place which show you the set of options. So if I go back here, this is an Intercipator, which give you the option to the user to pick up one. If you remember in the problem management, we have a non-error and the when we're getting a task, root cause or the journal task. That was also coming from the Intercipator. So this is why if customer click on the create new, what type of change they want to create, these things. Okay, let me give you one question as well. This was asked to me in the interview. When a workflow get attached in change at this time, or when I submit the change at that time. I'll show you that what this mean. So in this Intercipator, if you want, you can edit the content here. So these are coming from this place. If you want to hide something, you can hide as well. Maybe you can come and put it as a remove this option from here. It will be hide, but not recommended one. Okay.
Okay.
This is a Intercipator. Now the question come, which we're discussing. If I click on this, this is the previous method to use this part. Not sure why this be showing as a change model to me again. It should not be logically. Okay. Practically, it should not show me the change model here. It means that property is still not working. The property should be activated. Okay, but here the concept is that there's a no change model because I'm raising a change from the Intercipator, not from the model. Okay, don't worry. This is I just edit for my purpose. I was checking something. Okay, and this is the form, a change form. So your Intercipator decide that what type should become. If I click on the emergency, it's showing as emergency. If I go back and click on the standard, it will ask me for the templates. When we are using model, this was appearing in the pre-approved tab. But when I go in the Intercipator format, I'm getting option like this. So here, if I go back and click on the normal change, a user, a requester need to do these things. These 3-4 fields I added. I was doing some stuff at my side, so don't worry on that part. Okay, so this is the form. A lot of customers are still using this thing. Okay, so now let's understand this form first, because if you see this part, create and define, schedule, task and assign. In this, let me do one thing. Let me hide this field so that it will be like a similar one. Where it is gone. I don't want this phase state. I don't want the review comments, review date, review status. Yeah, okay, now it's fine. Normal one will be back here. Okay, let's refresh. So now let's understand this page, because in the first stage it's called creation and scope, and we have to create a change here. Okay, what it says that why you want to raise a change. Give me the basic information. So on the first phase, it says number, who are raising a change, category. So these category are different than the incident or the problem category. So don't get confused, but the fundamental will be same. You can use this, you can reuse this, or you can make it on the CMDB part as well. Here the category decide that under which area you are going to deploy a change. Is it a hardware change? It is a software change. It is an application change. It is a telecom change. It's a documentation change. In the incident, the category tell that where the issue is. Here the category tell that where you're going to be raise a change. Best practice is still same. You can make this list up to 7 to 8 or up to 7 to 10 as a first level, second level 5 to 10 mainly, but not more than that. Okay, these three fields, mainly these two fields, are symbolizing or telling about the CSDM because it has a service and service offering. Now, why this is important in change? Reason being, if you remember the example that my father said, let's go for a whitewashing the house. I said no. So how I am able to check that particular impact? Let me put option is called BlackBerry service offering. Let's say international basic, and CII put this one. This thing. This is called the dependency graph or dependency view. If I click on this, I can see that if I deploy a change on this CI, if this is not working, then it can impact on these two as well. How this has been created? It has been created with the CMDB relationship part, which we already discussed. This is the purpose of bringing this thing. So now if this server is not working, that's fine. There's no impact on any of the service or service offering. If this service is not working, then nothing will work in the bottom. This is what the dependency graph helped me to understand. In the other words, this is called as a BSM map, business service management map, which help you to understand that how the impact is there. CSDM is very powerful in this part. Then the priority. Here priority can be decided manually. Not like incident that you have to be select urgency or impact. You can decide priority is P3, P4, P1, P2. But in the change, this is more important than this. Risk is more important than the priority. Priority may be low, but risk is very high. So we have a functionality called the risk calculator. How this risk will get calculated, why it's coming as a 3. We will discuss this part. Generally, for the customers where I implemented this thing, change management, this field we make it as a read only. I don't want user to be select. It should be come automatically with the help of some set of questions and answers. And then impact. Here impact has no reference with this writing or no impact with the moderate. These two are the two different terms. Don't get confused. What is the difference between risk and impact? Risk is that if it get failed, what will happen? Impact is if that get failed, or if I did not do this change now, then what is the impact? How many people, how many users, how many business, how many units get impacted.
The
This
consequence.
is what consequences, kind of consequences in the both
Yeah.
terms. If you
Yeah.
do, then if you don't do, then. Okay, because in the change, these two things are very crucial, very crucial. Then the type. This is the place where you can change the type. By default, or when I select on the Intercipator, it was normal, but now it's an emergency. State, yes, you can do. Conflict. Another important concept in change. I said, guys, tomorrow class will be at 5 o'clock morning. Samira says, sorry, I cannot do. Farah says, yes, I can do. Now it is a conflict. Why this is be here in the change? I want to deploy a change on a CI where Tejas also want to deploy a change on the same CI in the same time period, on the same date. Then the system say, boss, I'm not that much intelligent, but I'm giving you a heads up that Farah's change is getting conflicted with Tejas change. Please check both the changes and take a proper action. This is what the conflict. This is another important part in the change. This is what we put it here. Somewhere we put right conflict, or maybe in the next slide. This one, conflict. This is another important point we're going to be discussed. Assignment group to whom this change has been assigned. Now it is again a debatable point. In a lot of customer base where I work, someone says this assignment group is the group who are responsible and accountable for this thing, moving the change from one state to the next state. Someone says no. Someone says this assignment group is the group which makes sure that change get deployed, and they are the one of the deployment team. So it's totally understanding perspective now. If you ask me, this is the group who should be accountable for change movement from one state to the other state. It can be change coordinator, it can be change management group. And then here you put the short description and the description. And now if you come down, they have a 5 different sections. Okay. Important point is that when you're raising a change, 1 hour. Risk responsible और क्या था? Who are involved, risk responsible, benefits. All these things you have to be evaluate. Now Tejas says, Atul, I want to switch the company. It is a change. I will ask these 4 questions. Give me the justification why you want to change the company. So as a requester, because when someone says that I want to be deploy a change, it has a cost related with it. The efforts related with it, the times related with it. So he need to provide a complete justification. It can be business justification mainly, not technical, a business justification that why I want to make this change. Then the implementation plan. How this can be implemented, a step-by-step execution guide must be added here. Risk and impact analysis. What risk and how you analyze that part. If I do this, it will happen. If I do this, it will happen. If I don't do this, it will happen. Same example that Surbhi want to get a bike. So she's giving all these 4 steps. Justification. Papa, I am a younger now. I need to go to college. It's too much sunny. I cannot walk this much. It's too costly in the going on the auto. So I need one bike. That is the justification. Implementation plan. We can book in the next week and we can take it on EMI in the 6 months. I'll also support you and then we can get it over. That is the implementation plan. Risk and impact analysis. If I did not get bike, it's too much because now mom has to be at the home. I have to be take with mom to the market and all things will be there. So she put all the risk and their impacts. Backward plan. If this change get failed, again coming on the same example, if you take the LIC or the life insurance, doesn't mean you're not going to be die. You're just getting a backup plan. If I did not get bike, then what need to be do? As a change manager, I work approximately 2 years. I work as a change manager. These are the primary things which I check when a requester is a change, and the test plan, that how you are going to be test a change in the production system. Clear everybody till this point so that I can move forward.
Yes, clear.
Good. Okay, now this is called the planning tab. This is a schedule tab. Schedule tab means when you want to deploy this particular change. Time बताओ. सुरभि को पता है कि that after 1 month her birthday is coming, and this is the right time to put a thought in mind of father and mother to get a bike. And how we kids open the conversation, like my son do nowadays. I'm thinking that it's Sunday, let's have some party. I said why? Because it's Sunday and school are getting over, so let's have a party. So he already have thought that when it should be started. And to do this part, he done all these things. So schedule is the place where you find out, not find out, where you put that when is the plan to start the change and when you are planning to end the change. There are changes which run for the months or the days or the weeks. There are changes which run only for the minutes or the hours. Server reboot, half an hour. Data center movement, 2 months. Now this is another part, cab required. Because if you know this thing now, let me come back here. This. When we talk about the normal change go for everybody approval. New to assess to authorize. Authorize is a state where the cab approval is must. Where the cab approval is must. Now it's depend. I'll give an example. One of my friend was working in a banking sector. She was a change manager for a bank. She asked me, Atul, how to normalize this cab process. In my account, we are sending more than 1,000 changes every week in the production. I said, wow, because before that, before her conversation, I was not aware that a company is sending these many changes in the production. She said, yes, we're sending 1,000 changes in a week. Now to discuss 1,000 changes in a cab is not possible. Then what to do? I said, do one thing. Present only changes which are on the risk high. ठीक है, चलो from 1000 it come to the 500. Still count is very big. 500 changes need to be discussed in a cab is not possible. Then I say put another filter where the priority is 1. It reduced to near about 200. Chalo, ठीक है. And then I say then put impact is high. It reaches to the 40 to 50. Still 50 changes in a cab to be discussed is tough. So now there is no practical way to avoid this. It is all about the best practices. How you want to make sure that changes should be discussed in a cab. We implemented, in approximately 2 or 3 years back, I implemented change management for a customer. They were spending 8 hours to discuss the changes in a cab. And after implementing service now, they reduce this to the 1 hour or 2 hour only. So cab required means it can be manual, it can be automatic as well. How automatic? When we go for the cab workbench fundamentals. That is, I'm saying that change is not that much easy. Every day, in every discussion, you're getting few more concepts to be discussed. Then this will get automatically populated. Now it's up to you to decide that what change need to be go in the cab, what change should not be go in the cab. Service now say it's totally you. It's you need to be decided. You are the business. If you have a capacity to discuss 2000 changes in a production system, go ahead, discuss every change. But put some common sense. 2000 changes to be discussed in the cab meeting in a 1 week. How much time you will be spending? Then actual start, actual end. These fields get auto-populated. When you move your change from schedule to implement state, as soon as you click on the implement, these fields get auto-populated. And when you move your change from implement to review, this field get auto-populated. Actual start means Surbi was planning to take a bike on her birthday, but parents give a bike after birthday, after 2 days or 3 days or 4 days. Then to whom the cab has been delegated and what cab recommended. Did they approve? Did they reject it or not? This is what this scheduling part comes. Now come to the conflict. Take a breath, deep breath. Because these are the topics not easy to digest. Personal recommendation, maybe go to the video again or open the form and read these fields. Then you come to know these things in a more delegated manner. Okay, now the conflict. Guys, tomorrow is party. Farah is okay. No, Farah says, Atul, what time? I said in the evening 6 o'clock. Sorry, I have a, nowadays we have a new latest fancy word. Sorry, I have a clash with this timing. Okay. Farah says, sorry, I have a clash with the other meeting. I cannot attend. Tejas says, Atul, I can come half an hour because I have to go home. Okay. Samira says, Atul, I'm in. No problem. I have free time. Surbi has again, same thing. I have a clash. I cannot come. Now what to do? Because I want you all guys to be present in that party. One option, I change the date and time as for everybody availability. Or you guys change your dates and time as per party availability. This is what this conflict says. This conflict work when you are raising a change which is getting conflicted with the other change where same CI and same schedule and end time has been used come in the conflict. Plus. In the conflict, if your change is getting conflicted with the blackout window. Surbi says, Atul, I'm done for today. A lot of new concepts are there. Blackout window means there are two things available in service now. One is called the blackout window, one is called the maintenance window. Blackout window means nobody is allowed to go or deploy a change during that time period. Now they just say, Atul, then why I'm raising a change? In my organization, there's a 200 people working in the change team or as a change requester. Do you think that everybody know that this is a change blackout window? Its system is so smart. As soon as you raise a change, they will show the conflict here. Sorry, your change is outside the blackout window. Sorry, your change is inside the blackout window. What is the maintenance window? Maintenance window is the window in which you can deploy your changes. If you see practically in any of the where I work, those organizations did not deploy the changes on the daily basis. There are scheduled dates. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, the changes will go in the production. These 3 days and the specific timings are called the maintenance window. If you want to deploy a change outside the maintenance window, it will come in the conflict. If you want to deploy the change inside the blackout window, it will come in the conflict. And it will show you here. A list will come here that what type, schedule, why it's be getting conflicted. And this is an automatic job. As soon as you log in and you raise a change, you submit change, you refresh change, this will get automatically done. And this field will tell you, is it conflicted or not conflicted?
Yes, thank you. And the maintenance window is based on the schedule tab or what? The maintenance window in which change could be implemented.
Okay, maintenance window means in which change can be implemented.
Yes, and it's based on the schedule that
yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. So what we'll do, we will create a change, we will create a blackout window, we'll create a maintenance window, and then we will see that how this conflict is working. So in this change, the demo is not straightforward. The demo will be in bit and pieces. Okay. So this is what, and then we can go in the notes section. And any closing information. Clear, everybody?
Yes.
Good. Now, one more small concept which you already discussed, so I want to be proceed further with this. What is the business rule name for this assignment group? Surabhi, what is the business rule name?
Global.
What global?
Global.
Tejas.
Sorry.
Bas. Tejas, what is the business rule name for this particular assignment group? Farah, what is the business rule name for this assignment group?
Not sure.
Not sure? My goodness, it is the third time we are going to be discuss this. This is what the issue here in this particular examination. I know that it is an auto assignment. It can be work, but in the exam, question has been asked. Samira, any idea what is the business rule name? If someone will tell, they can take off on Saturday class.
On Saturday, okay.
If no, then definitely everything needs to become on Saturday now. Okay, so this business rule name is called Populate Assignment Group based on the CI and the SO. Same fundamental come work here as well, but here it take the change group of the configuration, not the support group. If I click here, this don't have any change group. Let me try to put some other CI. Okay, anything here for the change group? This one. This group come here. I'm telling you, don't get confused. The business rule name is same, but for incident, it is different. For problem, it is different, and for change, it is different. For the change, it is a change group, which auto-populate here. As it is blank, so it's not showing anything to me here. Let me open this window. And let's say change management. And now what I will do, I'm going to save this. Simple. Let's say save this. I did not fill anything because it is out of the box I'm using. In the out of the box, there is a no validation. We check on the service. It should be service offering. Nobody is telling me, Atul, you're checking the wrong thing. The business will work on SI and the SO, not S. Let's put this one. Save. And now let's reload this page. Are still not coming? Maybe some other reason I have to be C, or maybe that group is not the ITIL group. If they have any condition on this part, that can be the reason. Okay, so let me take a break here now. Any question? Any doubt?
No, till now.
Good.
If you change.
Survey,
Okay.
Samira and Tejas.
No.
No.
Let me stop the recording and take a quick attendance and we'll discuss that.